Hi Libra babes, I hope that you all have been doing well. I know it's been a minute since I came on here, but I remembered that it is your time to get a channeled reading, so I scheduled you in for today. We have a lot to go over, so I guess we should just get started. But before I do, just please make sure that you take only what resonates, apply to what fits in your life, and realize that everything may not be for you or for your story. And since there's no gender in tarot, you can flip or switch the roles need be. And yeah, just use your discernment when watching. Anyway, I'm just gonna hop into it. But Libra, you are the Justice card in the tarot deck, and I feel like at this time you are embodying justice. It's your own form of justice, and I feel like you are receiving everything that you have put out into the world, whether that is good or bad or whatever it is for you. I just feel like this is your time or your moment in which you are receiving everything that you've given. The universe is asking for you to show gratitude at this time, especially if your justice has anything to do with karma, because by showing gratitude, you can excel your blessings into your life. And I'm just getting this feeling of an omnipresent spiritual guide or spirit that's around you, perhaps of a past loved one. But whoever you work with, if you do work with anyone, or even if you don't, there's just I feel like a heavy spirit around you that is watching you or keeping a close eye on you or protecting you or influencing some part of your life in some way right now. And I feel like you have a lot of choices at this time as well too, and you're being guided in those choices. The other thing I'm getting a lot for you is the color black is what I picked up on heavily, and this would be pretty specific towards one person, but I was picking up on like Hot Topic kind of vibes where it's like fishnet stockings and pentacle charms and and Killstar. I think that's another brand, but like Baphomet and those kinds of, I guess they're like the demonic plushies, which are really cute. And I was just getting the colors pink, black, and brown. And I see someone with like long black hair and long nails. But I feel like whoever you are, no matter what your aesthetic or your vibe is, it's just that you're really pretty. And most Libras are really charming, and y'all are really pretty. And no matter what you do, you're just an attractive person, and I feel like you have a lot of eyes on you all the time, whether you realize that or not. And I feel like some of you may not realize it, or if you do, I do feel like it's not the attention that you want. I'm just getting the feeling that a lot of people are lusting after you, and I feel like you aren't really able to relate to that so much anymore. Maybe you do, I don't know, but at least for some of you, I feel like you're moving past that, or even if you aren't, I feel like some part of you on the inside really feels or wishes that someone could see you for who you are and not just a body, a figure, a vessel. And I feel like you really want people to know and see your heart at this time. And I feel like maybe you haven't always had that. You haven't always had somebody who connects with your heart like you've had someone that connects to your body. Oh, I feel like you just want to be appreciated, and appreciated for more than just your body or, you know, your sex or whatever it is. I'm feeling like you're coming into a new point or state of being in your life where it's like those things on the exterior don't matter to you as much on the interior anymore. Again, I'm just feeling like you want to be seen by someone and to feel appreciated as the person that you are. And perhaps you're used to people using you. I feel like you're coming into a new era of yourself where you're understanding that love is not lust and lust is not love. And I feel like you are figuring that out at this time. The song that I was getting for you was Red Corvette by Prince. I love Prince. But the lyric that stood out to me in that song was, you need to find a love that's gonna last. And I feel like that's what you're looking for at this time. If relationships have failed for you, I feel like it's because they've always been shortened in some way by something external, where it's like no matter how hard you tried, it was like it just wasn't meant to go your way, I hear. And it's like at this time, all you really want or need is to find a love that's gonna last, that's gonna fulfill you. And I feel like it's not going to be hard for you to find this, because Libras are definitely very beautiful and charming and fun, and you guys make good friends. But I do feel like people might judge you more on your exterior or your personality or temperament more than perhaps your soul or your inner being. And I feel like that's where you feel disconnected from most people, or most people that you're with or that you end up with. I am getting that there's some kind of newborn energy or newly born or a newborn energy. So some of you might have just had a baby, or I'm just picking up a really strong Empress energy. So whatever you're doing right now, things are coming into fruition for you. And it seems like whatever weight that you have been carrying, or whatever you've bared, it's like whatever you bear on yourself is finally, you're finally making it tangible, and you're putting something into effect, no matter what that is, like a personal project, or finding, I don't know, a new style to dress yourself in, or becoming a new person, doing new things. I feel like you have a different insight and you're growing. And Spirit is saying that you should speak your mind at this time, but do it gently. Like, just because you're changing or you're growing rapidly doesn't mean that everyone else is, and you may have to give other people some time to catch up with you. I was also getting that perhaps you might be comparing yourself to someone else, or someone might be comparing you to someone else. And I feel like that has been getting you down on your self-esteem. It's like this energy of lack, or you feel like you're not enough as who you are, and so perhaps you're trying to become this other person, or become like this other person that you're being compared to. Or if not, I just get that your self-esteem might be kind of low at this time for whatever reason, and it could just be that again, I feel like you just want people to recognize you for who you are, instead of what they think you are. You might have worked hard at a relationship and it didn't work out recently, is what I'm hearing. Perhaps this is the person that compared you to someone else, or I feel like put you in some kind of competition for something, no matter what that is. And I feel like this relationship or whatever you've invested in, I wrote down you didn't work hard just to get nothing. And I feel like you could be in this stubborn energy where you don't want to let go of someone else, or you don't want to let go of a situation. It's like I just get this really heavy feeling that perhaps you are heartbroken, or just like a weight of whatever expectation you had not being met and something has failed, and this kind of grief and sadness from that. I was picking up on the song Kiss Me by Dermot Kennedy and Stolen Love. So it's this energy of you wanting to remember the first time with someone, or wanting to remember the good times that you've had with someone, or something. It could even be a job or family member, but I feel like you're heavily reflecting and perhaps even a little bit sad about the things that have happened or occurred. And one of the lines in that song that resonated for you was, "There's always this version of you and I." And I feel like you are not smug, but it's like you realize, or you know, that no matter what happens to you and your person, or this person that you've connected with, you'll always have them, and you'll always have some version of them that someone else will never have. And I feel like in some way that is your strength that you are kind of reveling in right now, is I'm hearing that you don't want to let something go, and you're trying to heal, or you should be healing, but Spirit wants you to turn your pain into something something else. But I was going to say art, and I was picking up on someone here who's a painter, and your paintings are definitely going to change people in a good way. You know, art does that. It conveys a lot of emotion, and people feel different things when they see art, and I'm hearing that you're really good at that. You're really good at showing people's expressions, or expressing yourself through art. And if you do that, Spirit wants you to start going towards that again and picking back up on it. Oh yeah, and then with going back to the Dermot Kennedy, I feel like there's a stolen love. You feel that somehow your love was stolen, or it was like you couldn't get something that you wanted from someone, perhaps not in the way that they could give to you. And I am picking up on some kind of like divorce or breakup or separation. And you might be going through that right now, and that could be hard for you at this time. I just feel like you are reflecting a lot on something, a person or family member, work, whatever it was that had fulfilled you or made you happy or made you feel loved in some way. If you're losing it, or you end up losing it, I feel like you're questioning on whether or not you've lost yourself. And Spirit is saying that you haven't. It's just time for you now to reinvent yourself. And if you have lost the person that you were with, I'm hearing that it was written to be this way, and it's to teach you that first you have to love yourself above anyone else. And Spirit, the universe, wants to love you. And I feel like your higher self wants to love you as well, but you just have to let those beings in. It's like you have to allow yourself to be loved is really what it feels like. Because perhaps for some of you, you haven't always allowed that. Perhaps it's been, or you feel like it's hard for other people to love you, when in reality that's so far from the truth. It's that you've always been worthy of receiving love. You've always been enough. And you are easy to love. It's just that you probably haven't always had the right people to give it and to show it to you in the way that you need it. And I feel like at this time, Spirit is removing any people from you who aren't able to give that to you, that kind of love that you need. And I hear that Spirit is saying that you have to learn to let go so that you can get something better. And actually, I just saw this image the other day on Pinterest, but it was a pin of, it was actually really cute the way it was drawn, but it just kind of showed up on my feed very randomly. It was a little girl holding a plushie, and then Jesus, and on his back was a bigger plushie, and he was asking her, "Do you trust me?" Because she would have to give up the plushie that she currently had to receive the bigger and better. So I feel like that's what the universe is trying to do for you, is it's trying to say, do you trust me? Do you trust that I'm going to give you something better than what you have right now? And I feel like you're kind of being pushed to say, yes, I have to trust you. I feel like the universe isn't giving you any choice on that anymore. But I'm just hearing that it's for your best, and it probably doesn't feel like that right now. It probably feels like everything is going against you, or the world isn't fulfilling your wishes or your wants or dreams and your desires. But I'm hearing that the universe is trying to give you something, and perhaps you're not accepting it and you're rejecting it, because it might come in the form of a loss. But I'm hearing that sometimes our losses are for greater and bigger wins. And that's your lesson right now, I feel. I do get that, well, the other song I was picking up for you was Loving Me by Janine. I think that's the name. But it's just that, again, this energy of you needing to love yourself, and also you need to choose to paint yourself in a better light. I feel like if you have been using negative words or negative self-talk, it's time for you to change that and look in the mirror and decide to see someone else. I'm also getting, like, this is a really old song, but My Time by Raven Simone. Like, this is your time to love on yourself. This is the time to show yourself love. If you haven't been loving on yourself, now is the time to. Positive affirmations, even if I'm seeing sticky notes on somebody's mirror. So even if you have to do that on your mirror, you should do that, because it really changes your life, the way that you talk to yourself and about yourself, especially how you talk about yourself and other people, in front of other people, I mean, is basically you giving other people permission for how they can talk to you by the way that you talk to yourself. I just saw 21 on the timer. So I guess that confirms that perhaps you have been negatively talking about yourself in front of other people. And perhaps you're wondering why people are seeing negative in you. And Spirit is saying you need to reassess how you perceive yourself. Because what you think about yourself is how other people will think about you as well. I mean, people only know you to the extent in which you know yourself. Because you are the person that tells people who you are, whether you do that consciously or subconsciously. I feel like you have gone through a breakup, or you have been disappointed in some way in regards to love. And Spirit, the universe wants to get close to you, but it also wants you to know that they're proud of you, your guides, your ancestors. They're proud of you for who you are, what you've gone through, who you're becoming. And they want you to focus on you right now. Again, this is your time. I feel like, in a way, you don't feel special if you are being left behind, or you feel like you've been left out in the cold. I got feeling like a nobody. And perhaps in order to not be left out, you've been trying to be someone other than yourself. And I feel like that only pushes people away more, because people can see and recognize genuineness and authenticity. And I think perhaps Spirit is trying to teach you how to be authentic and genuine, and to not only speak your own truth, but to help speak the truth for others as well. Because when you speak your truth, you're also helping other people and inspiring them to speak theirs as well. So I feel like you're going through a very intense and transformative transition in your life, where it's like Spirit is preparing you to be healed so that you can help heal others in whatever way that is. And I'm feeling like even if you don't want to, you're going to become the person that you want to be, is what I hear. But that person that you want to be includes removing and releasing a lot of people from your life now, which is hard to do. But growing up also means growing apart. And as we are adults and as we age, we never stop losing people, and all people are temporary. And that's really hard to come to terms with and to understand, because we want forever with people. We want our friends and our lovers and family to be around us forever and permanently there, but nothing is ever permanent. And that's the lie and the illusion that life creates for us, is permanence. We think that people or somebody is always going to be there for us, and then one day it's just not. And so gratitude, again, is another thing that is coming up for you, is you need to find gratitude in whatever it is you have in your life right now, because everything is always temporary. And perhaps you don't realize this, or you are realizing it. You're coming to terms with that. Whatever you've had in your life hasn't always lasted for probably as long as you wanted them to. But yes, I wrote down that this person is being removed from your life so you learn how to be happy on your own and love you. You'll find the truth on your own, and you will see eventually in time, is what I wrote as like a direct message from Spirit. And also, it's not what you think. So I don't know what that is for you, but whatever moment or experience or feeling you have right now, Spirit is saying that it's not what you think, and everything is always working out for your higher good and for the universe's higher good. Your life and the universe work together, so whatever is actually meant for you is going to help improve the world. I think that's something a lot of people don't realize, is how much your actions actually affect everything. Like, it's the ripple effect. Is that also called like the butterfly effect? I'm seeing monarch butterflies as well. But I think Spirit is also cautioning you on your choices and asking you, whatever it is that you're unwilling to release, is it worth it? Is it worth, I'm hearing like losing your life, and I'm not talking about death here. I'm talking about the life that you want, the life that you want to create for yourself, the life that you really want. Is it worth losing that just to have something, or just to stay where you are, perhaps in that safety or that comfortability? I'm hearing, is it worth losing your life for the life you want to create? Because everybody has a dream life. Everybody has a wish or desire or bucket list manifestations that they want to come to life. And a lot of people write that off because they think, oh, that's not true, or that's not realistic. And you don't even give yourself the chance or the time to prove yourself wrong. Your dreams, your wants, they can be accomplished. It's just you have to decide whether or not you actually want to accomplish them. So is it worth holding on to something that is no longer for you just to say that you have it? Or is it worth letting something go to get better? And I'm hearing that when you learn how to let go, that's when everything will come to you. That's another, I'm hearing the word surrender, and that's another part of the spiritual awakening too, is surrender and learning how to surrender. Because surrendering means that you finally have accepted and allowed the universe, or God, your higher power, or whatever, to work in favor for you, because you have faith that everything is always working out for your highest good. And when you always believe that, when you believe that everything is always working out for you, you will always receive what's meant for you and the best for you. But you have to believe that. And that requires surrender. It requires realizing that you don't know or have all the answers, and that perhaps sometimes you need to step back and let things work out for you in the way that the universe has it planned out. Be in that receptive, receiving energy instead of being dominant and chasing. So I'm picking up on a feminine energy here. If you are a feminine, then you need to be more in your divine feminine energy, which is in the art of accepting and receiving and not chasing, not longing for something that does not long for you back. And I'm not only talking about a person, I'm talking about perhaps there's a job that you really wanted, but every time you apply, you never get a different answer, a different result. Or, you could try approaching a family member and it's always the same. It's like you have to realize that now is this time in your life where if people aren't trying for you, you need to stop trying for them. It's time for equal give and take and balance, and the universe is trying to give that to you. I was also picking up on this song called Last Name by Nikita Kering, I think. Some of you might be married, some of you could be engaged, you could have changed your last name, or there's something about a last name being important. And perhaps if you are going through a divorce or a separation or something, you thought that your last name was going to be with this other person that you were with, and perhaps it's disappointing at this time to realize that this strong connection that you thought you had with someone wasn't forever. And I'm getting this feeling of disappointment, like you're disappointed that you have to change your name back again. Or if you are not married, I'm just picking up on this feeling of that you want to be married, that you want to change your last name. You want someone to change your name for you. I feel like you are asking to be loved at this time, and I feel like the form of love for you right now isn't in the way that you want it. I feel like you want a person or people to love you, and it's not your time yet for that. It's time to let the universe love you. Let your spirit guides love you. Which again, just requires that you accept that acknowledgement that perhaps you don't know what's best for you all the time, and that you must allow things to just happen. You can't always control the outcome, no matter how much you want to. But I'm just picking up on this very loving energy from Spirit. And your guides want you to know that you'll find someone who is crazy for you, the exact you, for exactly who you are in every way. They're going to be obsessed with you. They're going to see your value and make you feel special. And you'll see why nothing else ever worked out before. And this person is going to value who you are above just your body. Perhaps the last relationship that you were in was very sensual, or you connected through lust. And this next relationship that you go into, whatever time that is, you're going to really learn what love is. This person is going to show you the difference between lust and love. And you're going to have that love, and it's going to make you feel very happy. I was getting that the next person that you're going to be with is going to be incredibly sweet and thoughtful. I was picking up on, like, the nerdy guy with the hot goth girl kind of energy. So, you know, like, I wrote down too a Cinderella story, so you know how at, like, the end, I think it was her best friend was, like, that little guy. And then he became, like, a model or something at the end of the movie, and he had, like, a really beautiful model girlfriend. I was picking up on that for you guys. So I guess place yourself in whatever role if you think that is for you or not. But I'm just feeling like you're not gonna be expecting this person, whoever your next love is, or whatever love you're going towards, or whatever love is coming towards you. This is not the person that you were expecting. And I get the feeling that you may not want this person at first. It's not who you'd usually go for, or they're not your type. But I'm feeling eventually this person is gonna win you over. I do get that you are very wanted and desired. I was hearing Gold Rush by Taylor Swift. Like, everybody wants you. Everybody wonders what it would be like to love you. So I feel like you always have some form of a secret admirer, or people just think that you're really beautiful or hot or stunning or whatever. I feel like it's easy for you to get attention, but it's not easy for you to perhaps connect with people all the time. Or you feel like people can't connect with you. I was also getting that the color gold for you might be significant at this time. You might be worried about money or trying to make more money in some way. You could also be trying to veer off into a side hustle or make something else work. But you could just be very concerned about money right now as well. I was getting that love is just all over this message, because I feel like you are a very loving person, and that might be something that not a lot of people realize about you, or it wouldn't be the first thing that people would see. But I'm just feeling like this really warm and lovely, caring energy, and I feel like you are the mom of your friend group if you're feminine, or you know, you're like the role model or the coach, or you know, the man of your boys or whatever. I feel like you are at the center of it in some way. You're the one that people look up to, kind of like the mother hen and the chick energy is what I'm getting. But you care a lot for your people, your friends, the people that you know and care about. You will fight for them. You will go to war for them is the energy I'm feeling for you. And I feel like it's pretty easy for you to take up in arms for those that you love. And you're not about to be displaced is what I heard, but you're not allowing, or you don't allow yourself to be left behind, I guess, is like what I'm feeling. It's like you have made yourself the center of this group because you want to show the people that you love that you care about them. Or at least that's what you're trying to show or convey. I also feel like your hugs could be really amazing. Oh, and also the word under your wing. So I feel like you like to take people under your wing. Projects is what I was hearing. So perhaps you like pick someone and then you decide to turn them into perhaps who you think they should be, or I don't know. That might be a more negative Libra I'm channeling. Isn't that what it's called? Like where it's like a project where you like pick on a person to, like you decide this one person is gonna be like under your wing and you're going to influence them and kind of make them into who you are, like a little mini me, but one to control. So that might be for some of the lower vibrational Libras, because sometimes I channel them and they pop up here. But I feel like you could do that. One of you could possibly do that. But I'm not getting that for everyone. So again, just take what resonates and apply what does to you. I was also getting that you might have a piercing somewhere on your face, so like a lip piercing, or perhaps like an eyebrow piercing, or maybe a nose or a septum. I was also hearing that you have pretty lips, or that might be one of the Libra qualities that a lot of people like, is that you're also really good at kissing, is what I heard and wrote down too. And perhaps you want to be kissed, or you desire to be desired by someone, and I feel like that is a specific person that perhaps you're not resonating with, or they're not resonating with you anymore. I feel like if you are leaving someone behind, it's something that, again, you don't want to do, but you have to. And I was also getting the song If It's Time by Hayden Callan. I'm so bad at people's names. But I wrote down, if it's time for leaving us behind. So there's definitely nostalgia, maybe regret. I feel like there's something that someone can't come back from. And it was like you didn't decide this, you didn't make your decision about something before it happened. And now I feel like you're reeling from the effects of it. And you're wondering what to do, where to go, perhaps who to talk to, how to face a situation. And I feel like for you, turning inwards is going to give you the answers. A lot of the times we search outside of ourselves when really we need to go within. So definitely picking up on the Hermit card for you is where you're supposed to be going. But I feel like a lot of you are resisting that, or you don't want to go there. Again, I feel like you're either searching for love or trying to find it in all the wrong places. And Spirit is saying it's never going to work out for you that way because it's not meant to. You have to allow it to come into your life. It won't be there when you're searching for it, which is honestly the most ironic thing. But that's just the way that the universe works. It's like when you learn to really love and accept yourself and be okay with where you are, that is always when the universe is like, okay, now you can have this person, and we're gonna see and test you if you can allow this person into where you are right now. So love is always there, but it's always gonna be a test as well. Nothing good ever comes with easy, and I don't honestly know why that is, but except perhaps that life is always a lesson. Life is just a school, and sometimes we can get recess, but most of the time we're in the classroom. And we're always learning, and we're here to learn. And learning isn't always easy. It's hard. A lot of it is hard. But once you grasp the concept, then you're on to your next assignment. And I think once you accept that, life is just a series of unending lessons. It becomes easier. And you learn how to recognize the lessons and to also appreciate them, and to be grateful for where you are and what you've lived and gone through, because not everyone makes it through every lesson. I also wrote down that you could be thinking over some heavier, darker moments, perhaps that you've had with someone. And I'm picking up on a gift being significant. So maybe you gave this person a gift, or there was a gift that was given to you. And maybe you still have this gift, or there's something that was gifted which is triggering for you. I was picking up on like white elephant, so like a white elephant exchange. Maybe you got it from that. Or I'm seeing like maybe you have like a little ceramic white elephant, or there's something about elephants, and that again equates to Pisces. So I feel like you could have been heavily dealing with a Pisces, or you're connected to one in some way. But Pisces channeling was that elephant was a representation of that mothering energy. So maybe to a Pisces you were representative of that nurturing and that mothering that they perhaps needed at that time. And maybe you can't fulfill that role anymore. Maybe you're being asked not to. Perhaps that's just not who you are or who you want to be. Maybe you don't want to be a mother, or maybe you don't want to focus so much on your feminine side, which is fine. We all have our own balance of feminine and masculine, and we lean towards one more than the other. It just depends on the person. But I feel like you could be heavily reflecting on some of your choices, or the choices that you want to make in the future when it comes to family or having a family. I wrote down everything always and in perfect timing. So I feel like that is the perfect place to end here, because you will get everything that you want always and in perfect timing. That is how the universe works. And if you believe that everything always works out for you, then you will always be highly favored. It's just that your thoughts, your concepts are real, honestly more real than reality sometimes, because they shape your reality. Your actions become the events and the consequences that create your life. So when you start thinking about it, you can really psych yourself out, because it's like, wow, every choice, direction, action, everything that I do or make can pull me towards a different path than where I was going or what I was expecting. So it can be hard to surrender, to know where you're going, and to accept endings. I was also getting the color pink. So I guess like, I forgot her name now, but Wendy and her best friend, like perhaps you're like the goth best friend, or you're like the one that wears pink to a goth best friend or something. But I was picking up on that energy as well. Whatever style it is that you have, you're well known for it, or people, it's like they would see your style on a shelf somewhere, or they'd be able to easily recognize it. You're easily recognizable, I guess. I just feel like you have a very distinctive style about you. But yeah, that's what I'm getting for the channeled messages. I hope that helped, and I hope that really resonated for you guys. I am going to move into the tarot now, because I just want to get some advice and some clarity for you, perhaps on a few situations or feelings or what you're going through. Before the channeling, I've already prayed over the cards and asked for protection and guidance. So perhaps center yourself and think of a question that you want answered as I channel. I feel like your energy is really strong right now. Or perhaps you feel like your energy can be easily pulled on. So you might want to do some sort of grounding techniques or protection rituals. Because I'm hearing that people could read into your energy if they wanted to, so you might just want to guard yourself on that. But honestly, anybody could read your energy at any time for whatever information that they want to know. It's just that it changes every day. Energy never remains stagnant, so whatever someone thinks they know is probably not what they're going to know tomorrow. Anyway, that might have been important for some reason. I'm also hearing that the numbers 3 and 4 could be significant for you, or you might be seeing them a lot. Spirit is saying to look at your clock more, and you might see 12s or 2s. Something is coming into balance for you, or you're being more balanced at this time. So, Spirit, angels, and guides, what do you have for our Libra collective? What advice do you have for them at this time? Advice. What is your advice, please? So you have 9 of Pentacles reverse, 3 of Cups, and Page of Wands. What is the Page of Wands, Spirit? Please. So you have the Knight of Wands, the 4 of Cups reverse, and the 2 of Cups reverse. I was picking up earlier that you might be struggling with money, or you could be more focused on money right now, or perhaps that is an issue for you. So with the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, I'm getting that perhaps you've overspent, or maybe you were living above your means, or there was something that you weren't expecting when it came to like a bill or something. With the 3 of Cups, I'm seeing that perhaps like you could party too much or go out too much, or maybe your friends might influence you to spend more than what you were actually willing to originally spend or go out. The money you had saved is actually the money that you end up using to go out. I feel like you could be in this sort of hot and fiery energy of going after what you want again. And I feel like your advice here is to slow down and to think about your choices, and to make sure that you have full clarity before you make them. And with the 2 of Cups in reverse, that is definitely a separation of some sort, or there could be tension in a connection that you have currently. My throat is also getting really sore and tight, so you might have a throat chakra blockage, or someone has put one on you, or they don't want you to speak. So you have Death, Scorpio energy. You have the Hangman in reverse, Pisces. You have the 3 of Pentacles reverse and the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like you don't want to let go or release something or someone, and you're trying to avoid that sacrifice, or you're stalling for more time. You're trying to procrastinate. I feel like you're trying to make someone do some sort of teamwork with you when they don't want to, or it's like whatever you're trying to build together with this person, it's something is still ending regardless. I'm getting that this is the type of person who is just too impatient to wait. Yeah. With the Eight of Pentacles, this is someone who perhaps they're more overly focused on their accomplishments in life or money rather than, I'm hearing their perception of joy is perhaps altered or skewed in some way. And I feel like you are growing more impatient. Yeah. You have the Five of Swords in reverse. That's, you know, cutting your losses and deciding to leave a situation alone. And I feel like that's your person. And I feel like you're coming close to that feeling or that state. This is also a person that sees your accomplishment as their accomplishments. And it's kind of like whatever you can offer for them is what they're going to take. But I'm hearing they're just not going to offer you the same thing. Perhaps you had, so with the Ten of Cups and the Hierophant in reverse, perhaps you had some sort of like unconventional sort of relationship with this person. Perhaps like you had kids but you weren't married, or you had been together for a really long time but you weren't married, or something about your relationship was unconventional according to society standards. I don't care what you do. I'm not judging or biased or anything, but you could have had a relationship that you thought was your wish fulfillment, that you thought was your Ten of Cups, but it wasn't actually what you wanted in the end. It didn't fulfill you. I'm getting that it's like something was fake, or it felt fake. Your happiness together might have been an illusion. Spirit, why? I don't want all these cards. Please, just give me one or two. Please. Thank you. I'm also getting, with the Hierophant in reverse, it was a relationship that perhaps God didn't approve of, or it wasn't approved by your spirit guides or your higher power, whatever it is that you believe in. And even if you don't believe in that, it was still something that perhaps wasn't fated for you. So you have the Seven of Cups reversed, the Knight of Pentacles, the Six of Wands reverse, the King of Swords in reverse, and the Two of Swords reverse. I'm hearing you could be dealing with a Virgo But with the Knight of Pentacles, that's an earth sign in general. I feel like someone made a poor choice or decision here in some sort of relationship that kind of ended. What is it? Upended. I feel like somebody made some sort of choice that upended a stable, or what someone thought was stable. A relationship might have been more confusing than actually giving you the pleasure or the satisfaction. I'm just getting that this is a relationship, if you were in one, or if you were at work or whatever job you've had, etc. Fit it into your life wherever it applies, if it does, but you were really patient with this person, or you were very, very committed to the relationship, but there was something that was an illusion, and you didn't get the achievement that you wanted from this. You could be dealing with a King of Swords in the reverse, so that's an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But this person is dishonest, and I feel like perhaps they were dishonest with you, or somebody was dishonest to someone here in a relationship, a friendship, a group setting, whatever. I feel like one person was more dominant than the other and had a say more than the other one, and there was an imbalance. I feel like whatever somebody's choices or actions were, it exposed some sort of truth about them, whether that's you or someone else. And perhaps that's why this has ended. The advice, please. So you have Four of Pentacles reverse. More advice, please. The Ten of Wands. So they're saying that you need to hold on to your money. No more reckless spending if you have been. If you've been giving your money to other people and they haven't been paying you back, it's time for you to collect or move on, like the game of life, because this has become like a burden or a responsibility to you, or perhaps you are taking on other people's issues or problems when it's for them to figure out. I feel like you could be doing that too. Yeah, with the World in reverse and the Ace of Pentacles, I'm getting that once you release those burdens and you stop overspending or overgiving or oversharing, that could also be like overgiving and oversharing with your time, your energy, your love, whatever it is, you're going to get your money back. But you feel incomplete about something. What's incomplete? What's the World in reverse? You feel incomplete about something in the past. Six of Cups reverse. What more about that, Spirit? Yeah, Strength in reverse. I feel like you're not stepping into your power, and you're not willing to be independent. Yeah, Five of Cups, because you're grieving, you're in this loss energy. So Spirit is saying that it's time for you to claim your power back. There's also a really strong Leo energy here as well. And Scorpio. What more, Spirit? Last advice, please. I'm just hearing, think very clearly on your choices before you make them. So you have Four of Wands and the Page of Cups. I feel like from a very young age, you've always wanted love or marriage. Well, we all want love, but I feel like you've been dreaming of marriage or having a family or being happy for a very long time. And it's like you have this childlike innocence about you when it comes to love. I feel like you still believe in it. You still hope for it. You still wish for it. You just still believe in it no matter what's happening in your life. And Spirit is telling you to hold on to that. Because you're going to have it someday. You're going to have the parties and the celebrations that you want with the people that you love. But you might also need to anchor yourself more, to center yourself. Yeah, and with Five of Wands in reverse, avoid conflict at this time and choose your peace above everyone else. And Three of Swords reverse. So it's time for you to step into your power, to find your peace, to heal, and it's time for you to move on. No matter what heavy loss that is for you, it's going to work out for you at the end. So keep going, Libra. You're doing well. Don't forget to believe in yourself and love yourself and surrender to the universe and know that everything is always working out for you. So I really hope that helped, and I hope it resonated with you all. I love you so much. Thank you for being here and giving me your energy. So with that, I'm going to say bye, and I hope you have a good day, and do your best and do your great things. All right, bye. I love you.